Hello everyone. Welcome to the Singapore Geospatial Festival 2021, an event that brings the international geospatial community together for co-located activities promoting the use of location-based and mapping innovation. The event is organized by GeoWorks, Singapore Land Authority's Geospatial Industry Centre. In today's session on the development of common spatial data infrastructure in Hong Kong SAR, I am excited to introduce Mr. Chan, who is the head of the Spatial Data Office Development Bureau from the Government of Hong Kong SAR. He will be sharing the roadmap of the initiative in Hong Kong's smart city development. If you have any questions later during the presentation, please feel free to leave them in the Q&A chat box. And without further ado, I will now pass the presentation over to Mr. Chan. Mr. Chan, please.
Thank you very much. This is YC from Hong Kong. I'm sharing this. Okay. Can you watch this? Everything okay? Okay. Thank you for inviting me to present in this festival. This provides an excellent platform for us to exchange views and promoting geospatial innovation. Today, I would like to share the development of the CSDI, the Common Spatial Data Infrastructure.
Sorry, Mr. Chan. I can see your presentation notes. Do you want to make it full screen?
Full screen?
Yeah, do you want to go to the full presentation?
要睇咩到啊 presentation? Okay.
I'm still looking at your script.
Okay. Okay. Share screen again. PowerPoint. You got my full screen?
Yep, I can see it now.
Full screen, right?
Yes.
Sorry for the technical problem.
Thank you, Mr. Chan.
Today, I would like to share the development of the Common Spatial Data Infrastructure, the CSDI in short. And I would like to share some of my personal thoughts on the use of spatial data as well. Okay, to start with, before talking about CSDI, I would like to introduce or to share a story about see a gentleman who is my ex-boss, a chief land surveyor in Hong Kong years ago when I was in civil engineering department. In late 90s, while I was studying postgraduate in hydrographic surveying in UK, I wanted to share. Is it? Okay. No screen. Can you see the picture?
No, I think you stopped sharing.
Okay. Full screen 咗咯喎。
There is a full screen button at the bottom right.
Yes.
You can click on it and
I pressed the full screen,
Yeah.
the presentation mode. Can you see the presentation mode? How about this? How about this? Can you see my screen?
Now I'm looking at your window, but it doesn't have your slides.
Share the screen.
Mr. Chan, are you using two monitors? Yeah, I can see your slides now.
Okay. Can you see the PowerPoint?
No, I
Even
can't
with
see it.
slides?
Okay, now I can see it. Yeah, now I can see it.
How about this? Okay. Can you see the picture with a gentleman?
Yes, we
Yes.
can see
Okay.
it.
Okay. Thank you. The gentleman was my ex-boss, and he sent me to study hydrographic surveying in UK in late 90s. And I wanted to send a photo of mine to my colleagues in Hong Kong at that time. And at that point of time, floppy disk digital camera was just launched. So I took a picture, scanned it, and then print it via film, and then went to the library and scanned it and then sent it to my colleagues. And the file size should be around 1 point something megabytes. And after I send it, I'm very happy to let them know. I just want to update them how happy I was. But in one midnight, I received a call from the gentleman with an angry voice, pretending to be very angry, I reckon. From the headset said, "You made a big trouble. The picture attached in your email messed up all the email accounts. And we are still downloading your big file, which is only 1 megabyte. Technology really changed. Now, within a second, probably we can download such a photo." The gentleman may not, the audience may not know, may not have experience when using this modem. So, no matter you love it or not, technology changes so quickly. In about 20 years of time, we may change from loving emails to disliking receiving it. Before we discuss further, may I share the first video clip I enjoyed very, very much, quite some time ago.
Mr. Chen, I don't think you're sharing the video. You're still on the same slide.
Can you see the video?
Yeah.
Or is it because of the delay?
Yeah, I'm not on a separate slide. Can you click play?
Can you see the video?
I can hear something, but I can't see the video moving.
Oh, that's okay. Let me skip it. Actually, it's a video 30 years ago about the ETC, the ATM machine card. In less than 30 years of time, technology changed quickly from drawing cash to digital transaction. And the technologies also changes our way to share and communicate. We used to share our phone, share the location by detailed description like address and somewhere. And now we are so addicted to using WhatsApp, WeChat, sharing locations, pictures, documents as well. With digital transformation, searching can become easier and much quicker. In the past, we used to find phone numbers of a restaurant from yellow pages or a colleague's phone number from a government directory, searching from the department office team and then a very long list. But now we can search it using just typing the keywords and name. I used to plan trips by borrowing friends' books, pamphlets for travelers, recommendations from friends, etc. But now we can share the information online, search the location, and navigate real time. Technology today not only helps us from removing the pain of our muscles, also the computing power with data and information helps us to know more about the world or decision making. Nonetheless, would you agree that the technology and data really enable a smarter world? So, just a question before I move to for off-track bet and sorry for the technology, the technical problems. Let me return to the topic. I'm not now going to share my part one on CSDI and its development in Hong Kong. And then I would like to share some of my personal thoughts with you. Is that it's bumped out again, the share screen?
Yeah, I can't see your slides again.
It bumped me out again, sorry. So I trust that you, being someone who are interested in joining the festival, must be interested in geo and spatial. I may not need to spend too much to elaborate how important spatial data is. I trust that you will agree that location is a common key of smart city. There was a research telling that 80% of our information has a spatial component. Sorry, how come the sharing screen always bump me out from the PowerPoint?
Mr. Chan, is your internet connection not very strong? Because sometimes you leave the event and then you come back in again.
Let me change to low density. Okay. How about this?
Yes, you can see the slides now.
Okay. I trust that you agree. The location is a common key of the smart city. There was a research telling that 80% of the information has spatial components. For instance, clothing, the locations of shops, dining, locations of restaurants, accommodation, address, transportations, everything's happened somewhere. Other than this, utilities, pipes, telecommunication cable, lampposts, manhole, trees, demographic data, hiking trails, cycling tracks, school network, and land use information. All these have spatial dimension. You can see that many countries have built and make use of spatial data infrastructure for analysis and drawing up policies. Now, in UK, there is a UK 2070, and definitely great use of addition. In the USA, there's a geospatial platform, which is cross-agency collaboration efforts and shared service that embodies the principles and spirit of open government, emphasizing the government to citizens communication and accountability and transparency. Can you see the slides? Okay. Okay. As suggested by the UN GGIM, an international organization in the field of geospatial information management, the efficient use of geospatial information by all countries to effectively measure, monitor, and achieve sustainable social, economic, and environmental development, leaving no one behind. This informs that well-established spatial data infrastructure is very important to the development of a smart city. There is no exception, including Hong Kong. Let's get back to Hong Kong's context. What is CSDI? We developed these acronyms because a common, that is a C, means sharing. And the spatial means geographic coordinates, no matter it's 2 dimensions, 3 dimension, and even in the next generation must be 4 dimension and with time. And the data and the infrastructure, a portal with hardware and software service as a platform for storing the spatial data and perform various geographic information system, similar to the Singapore's Geospace and One Map. In 2017, there was a report done in the government of Hong Kong which is a consultancy study on smart city blueprint for Hong Kong. In that blueprint, it also spelled out the importance of CSDI, and the CSDI is an essential component because a location with a common key and which is across bureau departments, other organizations, institutions, no matter it's private or government, the data with location has been emphasized. So by then, after that, we've started to develop the CSDI initiative under the Smart City Blueprint. As part of the major initiative, the CSDI established the development of CSDI will involve a geospatial lab and the implementation and integration of building information modeling with GIS and some 3D map as well. All these will be in the CSDI initiative under the Smart City. And I wish to point out that the CSDI should not be a project merely. It should be an initiative or policy with institutional arrangements, with technical standards, applying technologies and applications, and it will come with framework spatial data. In our CSDI study in 2017 and 2018, our consultant also will share with us the 5 building blocks of CSDI, the major CSDI deliverables to provide a scalable, feasible, and secure sharing portal for exchange of quality and up-to-date spatial information. We really want it to be a single source of truth. And we need to establish an effective governance for the development of CSDI. And we will adopt international standards and adopt measures related to data management and technology. And we will secure funding for ensuring the momentum and long-term sustainability of CSDI. And most important of all, we have to let people know what CSDI is. We have to create an enabling environment for a wider community to participate in the sharing and use of spatial data. This is a diagram suggested recommended by our consultant. And now we are starting to develop a CSDI portal, although there was a alpha version available now in our website, which is what we call Geodata Store. But we are developing a CSDI portal with more and more spatial data. And we will have a CSDI platform communicating with our data contributors. And from that, we will enable more applications from no matter within the government and outside the government. Very often want to use an analogy, which is a data supermarket. This data supermarket can you see the trolley?
Not yet. I think, yep, I can see it now.
Okay. Which is a data supermarket. We will have different ingredients, that is data, you can shop within the CSDI portal. You can then, all the data, the ingredients will have labels, which is the metadata and specifications. Spelled out again. Is it my network problem? And the data will have specifications and will have clear metadata catalog for people to know what that is. And other than this, we'll also want to have, can you see that?
Yes, we can see, but it's stuck at the trolley slide.
Okay. And the data will have specifications. The data, just like the ham in the supermarket, you will know the ingredients and the source of the ham. And we will have API as well, which enable people to use it. Just like you would sometimes you have seasoned food, so that you can prepare your dishes in a more easy way. Okay. So the Csti Portal, the one-stop shop, spatial data supermarket. We plan to launch a trial basis for government departments for use by end of by this year, and we target to have the portal available for public use by end next year. As I just mentioned, there was an alpha version available in our website, which we call the GeoData Store, but not all data will have API for the moment, and the number of datasets are less than what we plan to launch in next year. But at least it's a portal for members of public, academia, and the industry to taste what the spatial data is. We have different APIs for the moment, but not all data got APIs for the moment. But we will have APIs for all data next year, and all data will have metadata, will have specification, and machine-readable formats, open, and most important of all, is free. This is a dumb screen of GeoData Store. As I just mentioned, the data will comply. All the data available next year will comply with 5 CSDI standards. That is, they are all geotagged, and we have specifications, we have metadata, and they will be converted into different open and machine-readable formats, such as GeoJSON, KML, GML, TI. And all the CSDI portal data will be free of charge for download and use. Other than this, we want to sustain the spatial data. So we'll encourage bureau departments to share more and more spatial data. That's why there's we will ask the bureau departments to submit their annual spatial data plan starting from end of this year. And as such, they will have we will monitor how much spatial data will be available in the coming 2 to 3 years. And other than this, we will have measures to continue exploring, to trawl, and asking more departments to release different spatial data to the public. At this point of time, we have already identified over 320 datasets, which will be released at the full operation of CSDI Portal by end next year. And among these, about 120 datasets are contributed by the departments under the Development Bureau, mainly from planning, lands, buildings, and works-related datasets. And the remaining 200 datasets are from bureau departments outside our family. For instance, census, the home affairs, social and welfare, these kind of things. To let people know what CSDI is, we have we have performed several quick win projects to allow public and private sectors to enjoy early benefits of using spatial data. We develop several map APIs where we develop a district-based spatial information dashboards. So far, we have a COVID-19 dashboard. We have several, one for the child and one for childcare and the elderly, and a dashboard for people to search the available government vacant sites so that the NGOs can make use of those vacant government sites more easily in a quicker manner. So we also we are about to launch an address data infrastructure, the geo address, later this year. These are the, can you see the COVID-19 dashboard? This is a dashboard showing the elderly services. The fourth quick win project to be launched is the geo address. We put a label for every building blocks with at least two-dimensional, with a unique numbers. So, and with a QR code, we have an address data infrastructure, two-dimensional for the time being. People can search. Even they got an unstructured address, they can search and match with our address data infrastructure, and then they can clip and make use of the unique number as their geo address and share that with the associated QR code so that people can make use of that QR code and then locate the unique buildings what they are referring to. If two or more organizations are using these identified or uniquely identified geo address, so we can draw the information from different sources with this geo address as a common key. And we are also keeping the momentum to do the stakeholders engagement. We established a common spatial data advisory committee chaired by our director of lands. And we invited representatives from industries and different industries, NGOs, to join the advisory committee. We also established earlier this year a geospatial lab operated by one of the biggest NGO, the Tonghua Group of Hospitals. And the aim of this geospatial lab was to nurture a geospatial community so as to encourage the young generation startups and creative talents to harness the use of spatial data for innovative applications. And the fitted out working space has been completed and is officially launched earlier in July. We have conducted several quite popular events such as webinars, their online demonstrations, and hands-on demonstrations. And we invited teachers, principals of high schools, some universities, and to go to the GeoLab and share with them what spatial data is. So we are looking forward to seeing more and more CSDI development. And in a couple of years, I'm sure that with the geospatial with the CSDI portal available, with more data available, with a better education and promotion, I'm sure there will be more and more talents and innovative ideas about how to use geotechnologies. They are on the pipeline. Now I would like to share some personal thoughts. You all will agree, data never sleep. And with the Internet of Things, the sensors, there are more than plenty data every second. You can see that there are, well, no matter it's structured or unstructured data, there are more than plenty. And in the World Statistics Day 2020, I can see that one of the problem or one of the challenge we are facing is the data we can trust. So the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Welfare also in their World Statistics Day last year is the theme is connecting the world with data we can trust. CSDI probably is one of the data we can trust. That's why we want to create such an environment, such a data platform for people in the city to search and to make use of such spatial data. So I would appeal everyone, no matter you are already in the geospatial industry or not, or plan to make use of more geospatial data in the coming years, I wish to appeal for 3 steps. The first step is the digital transformation, to digitize all the data. I'm sure no matter you agree or not, every city, especially a city like Hong Kong, we have many legacy. Some data was still in different forms or even still in paper format. We need to digitize them, and to do the digital transformation, I would say maybe the first step. And the second thing I would like to appeal for is the geotagging. As described earlier, about 80% of data should have spatial elements. You probably can map it to add the location of such data to geotag it. So please, if possible, geotag those data. And the third thing I would like to appeal for is the data sharing. Not only asking for opening up data, but sharing data. Sharing with, at least within your organizations, and then across teams, across your organizations, or even share within the community and the society. Data sharing empowers decision making, big data analytics, and it can provide a better single source of truth and to minimize duplication of efforts. And as well as you can see, if even a map, if different teams are using different time-stamped maps, it will create problems. From the GGIM, the United Nations GGIM, you can see some very good quotes. For instance, everything happens somewhere. The better the maps, the better the decisions. Today, digital geospatial information provides far more value than just a simple map. So I would like to see people making use of the maps and geotagging more information onto the map and creating a better digital geospatial environment for something that we may not think before. Common spatial data infrastructure definitely will be a very important infrastructure for smart city development. It will provide a centralized and trusted platform for spatial data sharing. And we anticipate that the CSDI will boost the digital economy, enhancing the data-driven decision-making in government, as well as private sectors, I would say, and spurring innovation and improving quality of life. So back to the question I asked earlier, would technology and data enable us a smarter world? I would add technology and data and smart people would enable a smarter world. I'm sure you all will be smart people to make the world smarter. I got a link from a Twitter, something like that. Smart cities are about finding people with the knowledge and ability to ask the right questions. And in short, the smart part of a smart city is not and never was the technology, but the people. And I have been to a conference some years ago, and in the sharing, I would like to share again, which is what may be smart in one context might be dumb in another context. You can smartly optimize on only one thing and neglect others. What one person finds to be smart may not actually be sustainable. What might be smart today may not be smart in the future. So we may need to sustain a smart city development. We probably need to strike a balance and to remind ourselves that to keep it allow more ideas from different angles. Sorry for the technical problems today. Actually, I have plenty to talk to you, and sorry for the disruption, and thank you for the time, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Chan, for your presentation. So I think we have one question from the audience, from Nathan. Let me just put the question up. Nathan is asking, how frequently will the CSDI datasets be updated?
Very good. Thanks, Nathan. Different data sets will be updated at different frequencies. For instance, for the map, at least I'll say around every 2 weeks. And for some data, which may be very static, which may be a year or half year. And for some data, which is near real time, we will update at the near real time. But they all will be specified in the metadata and the specifications. And it very likely, because most of the time, for the time being, the data sets are coming from the departments, which mostly created for their corporate business for the time being, not because of the users, because their departments need such data, and they need to cope with their corporate business first. So the updating frequency will probably according to their schedule, according to their resources, and according to their business needs. But they will be specified.
Thank you, Mr. Chan. If the audience have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the Q&A chat box. We've extended the session for another 10 minutes just in case you guys have any more questions. So sorry for all the technical problems, and thank you, Mr. Chan, for still going through the presentation so smoothly with us.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
That's the crux of the technology problem.
Yeah.
Even we tested it all along.
Yeah, we were testing it right just before and everything was smooth, but thank you so much for going through with it. So I think right now, I don't see any more questions coming up. But if there's any more questions, please feel free to let Mr. Chan know. And with that, we'll come to the end of today's session. Thank you everyone for attending and also for staying through with us through the technical issues. We hope you have enjoyed yourself and also gained some useful geospatial knowledge. So if you'd like to tune in to other webinars, feel free to scan the QR code to register as well. And with that, we'd like to thank Mr. Chan for his time and his patience. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, and we hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.